As you wake up, the first thing you do is reach out and grab your phone. In a matter of seconds, you are bombarded with notifications. Breaking news alerts, cryptocurrency fluctuations, influencer posts, and a flood of unsolicited opinions on short-term social networks. In just 5 minutes, your mind is already fragmented and your anxiety is peaking. Now, imagine a man who controls an empire of nearly $1 trillion doing exactly the opposite. Warren Buffett, at 95 years old, solemnly ignores the glow of the smartphone screen. He walks to the door of his home in Omaha, picks up 5 physical paper newspapers, and sits in his armchair. There are no algorithms deciding what he should read. There are no trending topics dictating his mood or his investment strategy. There is only the smell of ink on paper and the silence necessary to process complex information. Why does the greatest investor of all time insist on a 19th century method to dominate the 21st century technological market? Today, we will reveal how the habit of reading paper newspapers is Buffett's secret weapon for filtering the noise of the masses, and how this long-term vision, which almost no one has the patience or focus to copy, is what separates true wealth builders from those who lose everything in the next speculative bubble. Your attention is the most valuable asset you own, and the financial market knows it. If they can make you anxious through a notification, they can make you sell at the wrong time. Warren Buffett protects his attention as if it were Berkshire Hathaway's most expensive capital. If you want to learn how to shield your mind against digital manipulation and focus on what truly enriches, subscribe now and hit the bell. This is episode 9, The Information Diet. Warren Buffett spends about 80% of his day reading. But it's not just any random reading. His ritual invariably begins with the Omaha World Herald, followed by the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, USA Today, and the Financial Times. For Buffett, the physical paper offers a cognitive advantage that the digital screen systematically destroys: linearity. When reading a physical newspaper, you are forced to follow a sequence of thought. There are no blue links leading you to an irrelevant video, no flashing side ads. He believes the physical structure of the newspaper forces the brain to process information deeply and in a structured way. On social media, information is liquid. It flows and vanishes from your memory in seconds. On paper, information is solid. Buffett doesn't want to know what happened 10 seconds ago. He wants to understand what yesterday's events mean for the cash flow of companies over the next 10 years. This distinction is what he calls cumulative knowledge. While the internet gives you isolated data, the paper newspaper, in Buffett's hand, provides the historical context necessary for wisdom. In the world of high-level investing, there is a vital difference that most beginners ignore: the distinction between noise and signal. Noise is the daily variation in a stock's price, a rumor from an internet forum, or the momentary panic of a TV commentator. The signal, on the other hand, is a company's true financial health, its sustainable competitive advantage, and its ability to generate real profit for decades. Buffett claims that social media is 91%. Instead, they are designed for the now, for the immediate. By reading paper newspapers, Buffett creates a purposeful delay in information. If a stock drops 5% because of a Twitter rumor, Buffett doesn't even know in real time. He will only read about it the next day, when the analysis has already been filtered by editors and the initial hysteria has dissipated. This detachment allows him to make decisions based on mathematical logic rather than the adrenaline of the moment. He doesn't react to the market. He decides on the market. The reason almost no one can copy Buffett isn't a lack of money to buy newspapers, but a lack of control over dopamine. Digital platforms are designed by software engineers to addict your brain. Every infinite scroll is like the lever of a slot machine. The paper newspaper is boring and slow for the modern mind addicted to fast stimuli. It requires deliberate effort, silence, and above all, patience. Buffett understands that patience is the greatest competitive advantage that exists today, precisely because it has become rare. If all your competitors on Wall Street are operating based on impulses of seconds and high-frequency algorithms, and you operate based on 24-hour analysis and solid fundamentals, you automatically gain a panoramic view that they don't have. Buffett often repeats, "The financial market is an efficient mechanism for transferring money from the impatient to the patient." The paper newspaper is the physical tool that anchors that patience. Buffett talks a lot about the moat that protects great companies, but he also built an impenetrable mental moat. He protects his mind from mediocre ideas and the toxic negativity of social media. By reading prestigious newspapers, he is consuming the work of professionals who have the responsibility to verify facts. On social media, the filter is an engagement algorithm that prioritizes what is shocking or annoying, not what is true. He avoids what he calls informational pollution. If you consume informational junk all day, your judgment will be impaired. Buffett reads to learn what doesn't change in the world. He looks for patterns that repeat over centuries. He looks at a headline about inflation today and connects it with what he read in the Financial Times during the oil crisis in the 70s. This is what we call multi-temporal wisdom. It is the ability to see the present through the lenses of several past decades to predict human behavior in the future. During the 2008 financial crisis, digital panic was deafening. Cable TV broadcast the collapse of banks 24 hours a day, increasing fear that the capitalist system had come to an end. While desperate investors were selling their stocks at the lowest prices in history, Warren Buffett was in Omaha reading his newspapers. He realized that although the financial system was under stress, the companies he owned, like Coca-Cola or American Express, would continue to sell essential products and services in the future. He didn't let himself be carried away by the screams of despair from the radio or the internet. He had the clarity to write an article for the New York Times titled, "Buy American, I Am." He only had that courage because his information diet was based on static and historical facts, not the emotional volatility of the minute by minute. In addition to newspapers, Buffett devours annual reports, the famous 10Ks. He reads hundreds of them a year. He claims that reading these documents on paper allows him to make notes in the margins, compare numbers from different years side by side, and notice inconsistencies that would go unnoticed in a quick reading on a screen. Paper allows for cross-reading. Buffett doesn't just look for what the company's CEO says. He looks for what the CEO doesn't say. He compares the report of Company A with the report of competitor B to see who is lying about market share. This level of investigation requires an immersion that constant cell phone connectivity prevents. The cell phone makes you a shallow generalist. Paper makes you a deep specialist. His late partner, Charlie Munger, was even more radical. He called television poison for the mind and social media collective madness. Together, they formed what many called the Luddites of Omaha, a reference to those who resisted machines during the Industrial Revolution. But they didn't resist technology out of ignorance. They resisted out of strategy. They knew that constant connectivity reduces IQ. If you are always available for a call or a message, you are never available to think seriously. Buffett and Munger proved that you don't need the newest tool to win the game. You need the clearest mind. Clarity comes from deliberate isolation, and the paper newspaper is the wall Buffett built to keep the noisy world outside. Being always online has a real financial cost that no one accounts for: the cost of excessive activity. Every time you check your stock portfolio on the banking app, your brain is tempted to make a trade. The ease of the click removes the friction that should exist before an important decision. Buffett knows that excessive movement is the greatest killer of profitability. By isolating himself with his newspaper, he keeps his hands away from the sell button. The newspaper gives him something to do while he waits for the decades to pass. He stays informed about the world without feeling forced to intervene in it every second. The big money, for Buffett, is made in the time you are not doing anything, just letting compound interest act on good companies. You can live in a technological metropolis and still apply Buffett's rule. The paper mindset boils down to 3 pillars: deliberate friction, create barriers between you and urgent news. Do not have news apps with active notifications. Quality over speed. Prefer a deep analysis written by an expert over 50 comments from strangers on the internet. Analog time. Dedicate the first and last hour of your day to something physical, be it a book, a newspaper, or a notebook. If you don't control what enters your mind, you don't control what leaves your pocket. Buffett is a billionaire because he is the master of what he ignores. He chose to be the last man to read the paper newspaper. And because of that, he is the first man to see the opportunities that everyone else, blinded by the glow of screens, ends up missing. The reason this secret is so powerful is that it is boring. People prefer to believe that Buffett has a hidden supercomputer or inside information from politicians. The truth is much more humble. He just reads more than you and is distracted less than you. He chose ink and paper over pixel and notification. Warren Buffett's secret isn't in the speed with which he receives information, but in the depth with which he processes it. The paper newspaper is his shield against mediocrity. He reads to understand the immutable laws of human nature and economics. If you want to have the financial results that Buffett has, you need to have the courage to be slow in a world that pushes you to be fast. Turn off the Wi-Fi, open a book or a newspaper, and start building your long-term vision today. The next time your phone vibrates with breaking news about the market, remember the Oracle of Omaha sitting in his armchair, calmly leafing through yesterday's newspaper. He isn't worried about the now because he already owns the future. Ask yourself, am I consuming noise or signal? If this video helped you understand the importance of shielding your attention, leave a like and comment. Signal over noise. Don't forget to subscribe for episode 10, where we will reveal the only question Buffett asks before buying any company. In the investment world, whoever runs the most doesn't always finish first. Sometimes, the one who sits reading is the one who wins the race. Until the next story of value.